to Rebecca Rothman from the Building Decarbonization Coalition, who is going to talk to us about the Switches On campaign.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So Rebecca here. Just going to talk to you briefly, an overview. There's probably way more to say than I can in the time here. So I want you to feel free to reach out if you have follow-up questions. Slide. So getting us kicked off, what is the Switches On? The Switches On is a California statewide campaign that really aims to help educate consumers about home electrification. Much like we just heard, there's really a big education barrier in just understanding what is building electrification, how can people get involved, why would they want to engage with this, and this is what we're aiming to kind of tackle. This is made possible through our funding partners, the Tech Clean California initiative, which is focused on heat pumps, funds part of the campaign, as well as other individual funding partners that allow us to really kind of broaden out our focus to whole home electrification. The campaign is hopeful, respectful, and energetic, and electric positive, meaning we're really trying to kind of shift our messaging away from fear or shaming and really trying to build something for people to aspire to. Slide. So as I just said, the campaign purpose is really to encourage consumers to switch out their gas-powered appliances for electric appliances. And the way we want to go about that is really kind of threefold. So first, to educate the broad population, driving awareness about electrification. Second is to inspire people, so to get them to think about this is something that they want to do and aspire towards. And then finally, to kind of help support them. So once they've decided that they want to make the switch, how do we give them tools and access to resources so that they can go about doing that? And all of this is really embedded with a lens of equity, where we want to make this information as accessible to people as possible, knowing that there's still a lot of barriers that we need to kind of work through to really be effective at that. Slide. So the overall campaign components, we have kind of the centerpiece, which is the switcheson.org website. Here is where you find a bunch of content, which we'll talk about more later. We have paid media through the campaign and through some of our funding partners that will be done in regional areas throughout the state of California. That piece for this year is actually getting kicked off in a couple of weeks. We have earned media as part of this campaign, so going out to local news venues and trying to kind of connect with more local stories about electrification, including, actual people who have done this in their homes. Social media, so we run a few social media accounts putting out content to help bring people to the website to learn and pique people's interests. The partners, which I mentioned, and then our ambassador program, which I'll talk more about later. Slide. So for our website journey, once you take a look at that, you'll see for everyone and for contractors. For everyone is exactly what it sounds like. It's for everyone. And these are two unique user experiences. One is really for the home occupants, homeowners and renters. We'd like also to be educated to learn more about electrification and what resources are available to them. And then for contractors, it's really intended to be like a one-stop shop to kind of launch them into other content that they may not need, including code information, educational items, training, and kind of how to get signed up with Tech Clean California and other programs, which you'll hear more about later. Slide. Some of the educational content you'll see is really talking about each of the technology kind of categories or home functional categories that involve gas appliances today, and what it might look like and how it would work if you move kind of towards an all-electric alternative. Electrification 101 gives you some of the information about where does your electricity come from, what's the difference between building electrification and energy efficiency, just more broad information. And then we will kind of on a monthly basis be updating with new news and stories and blogs to kind of keep people interested and refresh as we learn more. Slide. Our rebate finder tool, which is actually rebates and incentives, is just a quick tool that people can enter their zip code and have a listing of all of the rebates and incentives in their areas. This actually includes some of the free loaner programs for induction hobs as well. So it's a pretty good resource that we're working on beefing up. Slide. The Find a Contractor directory is also something that you can kind of launch from the switcheson.org. And similarly here, you can type in a zip code and get a listing of contractors in your area that do this work. It's filterable by, the type of technology you're looking for. And similarly, you can filter here to really hone in on contractors that are qualified for tech incentives, which are some of the larger dollar amounts available for heat pumps today. Slide. We have an expert guidance kind of marketplace for solar batteries and heat pump water heaters. This allows you to type in some brief information about your home and be kind of led through a process that helps suggest some products for you. You'll see a number in the top of the screen that you can call and actually speak to a human who can kind of help walk you through the process further. Slide. Social media I mentioned, so really looking to give people facts and figures and balance that out with stories and quotes, trying to engage folks and kind of real time. There seems to be a lot in the news these days, kind of just building an overall awareness about electrification. Slide. Our ambassador program, we have some folks right now. I think it's just about over 100 throughout the state. Right now, volunteers looking for influencers and other organizations as well, but they're intended to be the eyes, ears, and voice of the campaign and the community. And what we have them do is once a month, they engage with somebody or some audience or just a neighbor in their community and just talk. It can be talking about electrification. It can be doing a social post. It can be writing a blog. It can be, going to a farmer's market, any number of different ways that, they're comfortable participating and really feel how the people in their community are responding. And we see this as a two-way street where, they can help spread the message of the campaign and why people should be interested in electrification, but we can also learn what are some of the specific challenges in different communities. And we know that they may not be the same everywhere. Slide. These are some of our current partners, so just want to highlight them. They help make all of this possible and help kind of share stories and look for opportunities to kind of collaborate on bringing these resources to their customers. Slide. And just to kind of wrap it all up here, because I know we got a packed schedule, just takeaways. Switches On is a people-focused campaign, really looking to educate, inspire, and support Californians to make the switch. The campaign uses the switcheson.org website as kind of a hub, but also has media and ambassadors and partnerships to help accomplish this goal. It's a learning campaign, and I think this is really important. We're in the early stages of this market transformation, and we need to be open and able to learn and adjust to meet and improve the needs of California communities. And, this is where I want to open you all to engage, that we welcome engagement and feedback from all stakeholders. Everybody has different perspectives, and we'd like to hear them all so we can kind of put forward the best education and inspirational kind of product. Next. And so with that, if any of you, this piqued your interest, as something that you can use to help communicate to people in your community, and you want to engage with the campaign, feel free to reach out to me, Rebecca, at buildingdecarb.org. You can go ahead and visit the website and browse for yourself, or follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram at our handles that are listed there below. And thanks.